G'day, how you going? It's Brad Shepherd here from Create PT Wealth and coming at you live with one of our Create PT Wealth business building tips. And today's tip is all about how you set up your first initial meeting with a prospect or a potential new client. Now, I want to give you just one little thing that we implemented quite a number of years ago that made a massive difference on the success rate of those actual new sign-up meetings. So what it's all about are the preliminary or pre-screening documents that we would actually email out to our clients prior to them coming and meeting us in the gym or having a sit-down meeting with us at a cafe or something like that. So it would be as simple as this. The scenario might play out. We might get an inquiry, some sort of phone call where someone rings through, and we've built some sort of rapport or some sort of relationship. And the next step is for us to meet with that person, either possibly down the gym if you run some sort of introductory complimentary session. Maybe it's them coming and meeting you face to face in your studio or in your facility. Or alternatively, we did a lot of our meetings in a local cafe. So we would sit down at a place where I would call it like neutral territory. So we could sit down, buy a coffee, it's nice and relaxed. Now, before that meeting, so I could gain as much information as I could about that client, we would send through our preliminary documentation, which included things like our pre-exercise screening questionnaire. We made sure we had a really nicely well put together and detailed exercise screening questionnaire that made it really easy for someone to complete. We had a Word document template. They would just tap on it and start punching into the details. Secondly, we get through our personality profile information, so we could learn a little bit about where they would sit in the personality profile system. We had our nutrition sheet, so we get them to log their food for a couple of days. And we also had our disclaimer for exercise. So there was quite a bit to it. And what would happen is after that initial phone call is that they'd receive all this information from us. And I'd really emphasize the importance of that person spending some time up front to make sure that we maximize the time when we were together. Now, the way that the return rate on that was excellent. It was actually phenomenal. I was blown away by how many people would get onto that straight away, fill that stuff out, send it through to us. And what it told us about that prospect is that they were keen. They were red hot, they were ready to go. So I'd be rocking up to this new appointment, not thinking, oh gee, is it going to be a possibility? I'd be thinking which program, which package, or where are they going to be best suited into what we do. So it was really clearly laid out. And really, it stemmed back to a couple of things. Number one is having the system there. So making sure that you've actually got some of that information so that they can start completing that. Number two, I really emphasize the importance of them getting that back to me ASAP, because that would really enable me to help them as much as possible. Remember, it's all about them. Now, of course, in this day and age, you can go well beyond the simple Word document template. You can have this stuff loaded up onto a web form so that people would click onto a link straight to your website and type this stuff in. You can have this stuff in an app where people can pick it up on their phone, iPad or whatever it is. So there are many, many different ways that you can have this system running. Now, what I say is, again, it's one of those systems in your business that I would consider quite easy to implement. So it doesn't take you a hell of a lot of time, effort or energy to put this in, but very easy for you to neglect and not to do. And what I've found is that if you're rocking up to one of those new sales appointments and you don't have this information, it can be a little bit more challenging to understand where someone is coming from, what their background is, where they're heading, etc., etc., etc. So look, there it is. Put it in place and let us know how you go. Make sure you report back to our Facebook page and give us the feedback on this stuff. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye-bye.